My Karen neighbor always calls the cops on us whenever we have a party because we don't belong in America. She was livid when we played our little revenge. For context, I live in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood with my family, husband, kids, parents-in-law. My husband's family is Mexican. We don't usually throw parties or have events, but when we do, we always make sure that we are careful about how we do them, especially with a mega Karen living directly across the street. I don't usually refer to people as Karens, but this woman definitely earned that title. Now let me explain why. Every year since we have moved into our house, she has threatened to call the cops or tried to physically interfere with anything that we do at our house. She has even impeded a police investigation out of pure spite towards us. The point is, this woman hates everything we do with some serious passion. I don't even know her name or any real details about her, but she has been deemed by us and even some of the other neighbors as Karen. Got a kid's birthday going on? Nope, not on her watch. She has threatened every year to have all of the kids' birthday parties shut down because, and I hate to even quote this, "You Mexicans don't belong here. You're too noisy." Yeah, she's really gone that far with it. Keep in mind, we don't get loud and rowdy because we don't invite anyone who isn't family, and the only rowdy ones would be the children. There was one year that we had a piñata for one of the boys, and she called the cops saying we were committing some sort of domestic violence based on the sound of the kids going at the piñata. Yeah, it didn't make sense to us either, and the cops got a good laugh out of it too. And the year after that, she marched across the street and yelled at us because she didn't like our choice of music because it was all in Spanish, and this is America. We think she's got some deep-rooted issues there. 4th of July? Nope, she'd shut the whole neighborhood down if she could. Now, while I understand that some people do go too far with fireworks, we are not the kind to do so. The main reason being that we always have children around and we value their safety as much as our own. But last year, Super Karen went as far as to turn her hose on full blast and spray us and our fireworks with water from across the street. She hates all kinds of fun, apparently. Oh, but wait, here's the worst part. Remember how I said she impeded an active police investigation? Well, about 2 years ago, we had an instance where someone broke into our cars in the middle of the night. We have security cameras that caught most of it. However, we did not have the right angle to catch the license plate number of the getaway car. Can you guess who did? If you said Karen, you'd be correct. We didn't even ask her. Metro did because they could see that her camera pointed directly at our driveway. They gave her the option to give them a copy willingly, and she told them to go suck an egg. Can't use her actual words, but I'm sure you get the picture. Needless to say that we couldn't get justice for what happened thanks to her, but thank God for car insurance. She is also the kind of person who will walk super close to our fence with her little yappy dog and antagonize our pit bulls on purpose, and then scream and pretend that she or her dog have been injured by one of our dogs. She also lets her dog poop in our yard and driveway when she walks by. Anyways, back to present times. She is at it again. This weekend is my niece's first birthday, and we are hosting at our house. The last 2 days, there have been deliveries of tables, chairs, the bounce house, etc. That has been coming because we don't keep these things on hand, and we like to help our local small businesses by renting things from them. But I kid you not, I saw Karen sitting on her front porch with her phone in hand and binoculars, trying to get a really close look at what we're doing. She has already made a point of saying she'll call the cops on us, and how dare we rent a tent for the backyard because it's such an eyesore. We live in Vegas and it's hot as hell this time of year. We need shade. Safe to say she just hates everything we do. The party is tomorrow, so I will keep y'all updated on her shenanigans. Update. As recommended, we did in fact alert the police ahead of time that our neighbor might try to call and cause issues. Apparently, they were already made aware of our party. I was told there was an anonymous call made Friday night because someone saw us putting up the tent. I explained to them that it was just going to be a first birthday party for my niece, and we got the tent for privacy, and because of the heat, Vegas is brutally hot this time of year. They said they would make a note of this, and hopefully no issues would arise. Boy, were they wrong. We didn't have any cops show up, but we did have her decide to trespass on our property and spy on us from the open gate that was used for everyone to get into the backyard. But we had a devious little idea for how to handle her. Since we had a DJ who BTW was not playing anything super loud, we decided we'd have him announce that there was a special guest lurking around the entrance, and had him repeat this in Spanish so that everyone knew what was going on without alerting her. And then he had a special song for her. What was the song, you ask? Only the best for this particular Karen. We had him play You're So Vain by Carly Simon. She quite loudly yelled in anger and then stomped away. She also somehow managed to trip on one of my plants out front, which caused an entire meltdown of cussing and screaming as she stomped back to her house. Safe to say we won this time, but I know she'll be back for revenge.